Alright, this is in response to a question I got, how to switch montages on Dynamic Combat System. Specifically the roles, which I've never actually switched out the role before, but it should be the same as every other montage, so I'll just run through that right now. Okay, so I started by adding the roles and dodges pack from the marketplace. I don't know what the person's using, but it'll be the same thing. You want to use the root motion animations. But first, just to do some retargeting, I'm going to go to the mannequin, and I'm just going to do this the quick and easy way because I'm lazy and I don't want to spend a bunch of time doing this. So, make sure you set up your rig to humanoid, double check your poses, make sure it's in the regular A pose, or at least the same pose as whatever mesh you're going to. So, in our instance, he's not set either. Humanoid, same pose, save, save. Now you can retarget. So start by going to the rolls and dodges. I say it's the quick and easy way because you could go through and hand select the animations and retarget them by duplicating and selecting your mannequin and doing it this way. But I want to do it quick and faster. So you can go to your mesh and you can delete him and replace your references with your combat mannequin. So after this, I usually go fix up redirectors, and that'll make all the animations have the same mesh if you guys have a different mesh. Just personal preference. So after that, you will want to go to your animations, motion, root roll forward, and just to make sure that it's on the right skeleton, you can click skeleton, and it opens right there. So it is opening my combat skeleton, so it is the correct skeleton. So the retargeting worked. Okay, so from there, you want to find whichever one you want. So in our case, just to show you where it is, we'll go DT, which is the data table. There's other ways to find it. You can obviously just open up Dynamic Combat System, data tables, and you'll see all of our data tables here. So each one of these will have different things that you can switch out. Like you can see your light attacks here, and you can see your light attack montages, your heavy attack montages, all that kind of stuff. And some of them are shared depending on, you know, what weapons you have and stuff like that. Because the one-handed will be very similar to the one-handed with shield. You can go to common montages. There's the step back, backstab, roll forward. So there's our roll. Now when we open this, this is the Dynamic Combat System one. You'll see right away that the default group is set to full body. That's really important. And then your notifications. And you have to copy these over and kind of modify them to your animation. So you'll notice specific things that will happen in these animations, and you kind of have to figure this out. So you have to figure out where these notifications go relative to your animation according to what the guy's doing. I'll try to figure out as best as possible as I go along here, but I've never done the roll, so it might take me a second. So anyway, the roll's a montage. This is what's there. We have to copy. So I'm going to move my data table right there. Now I'll go to my rolls. Root motion, root roll forward. So you have to use the root motion one because the way that Dynamic Combat System works, it uses root motion events because you lose control of your character like you would in Dark Souls. So you lose movement input as the event is happening. But it looks a lot better, first of all. And the animation, mainly, the important thing is the capsule is being driven by that animation, whereas in place it's driven by the capsule movement. So you don't want to use in place because your guy will only roll in on spot. He won't move in any direction. And if he does, if he rolls anywhere, he'll immediately go back and snap back to his previous spot because his capsule didn't actually move. So you'll want to go and choose your roll forward because the other one's a forward. Create animation montage. So now we have our root roll forward. And you can see some things are different immediately from the other one. First of all, the slot. So you'll want to go slot, full body. If you want, you can save that, reopen it, and he'll be running. Anyway, you can do some more notifies according to how many. So I saw there was 4 tracks on the previous one. Okay, so first I'll just grab my input buffer, which the input buffer prevents somebody from rolling again and again and again. Easiest way to find this is just to search roll. You can see my roll root forward montage. And then the rotate owner. I'm just copying and pasting these for now because it's way quicker, and then I can figure out the links once they're in the thing. Is this one following that other one? Yeah, is immortal is on the same as rotate owner, at least on this. Q roll will make the sound. It can't be interrupted if this is following is immortal. Okay, now we get the fun time of figuring out what everything is doing. So it kind of looks like as soon as he commits to the move, as soon as he's like putting his foot forward like I'm rolling, that's when he becomes immortal. And the immortal frames end surprisingly at the peak of the roll. So right before he goes over, rolls over. So he's only immortal for the first diving frames, not for the rolling to recovery frames. And there's also a small input buffer here where you can't spam, but you can also be hurt. So that's interesting to see. Anyway, let's go over the other one. So he commits a lot earlier, I'd say. Yeah, about the same time. It's after the rotate owner, I'd say, anyway, same as the other one. And then the peak of this roll is about 32. And then I'd have my input buffer. Let's see how long that lasts. Okay, looks like the input buffer is till right up until he gets up. And same-ish with he can't be interrupted. So from there to see how far it is. It's actually until he's about flat with the ground. So the input buffer only lasts till like somewhere around here. And then I'll match to the can't be interrupted roughly like the other one is. Okay, and then the Q sound is the last one. And that happens as the tumble is like happening. So about around when your shoulder is rolling is a fine point. So So right about there, kind of. Okay. Okay, so now the montage has the same full body, all the same notifies. It's not exactly the same when you look at them. That's why you have to kind of dissect the animation. But you can see the rough placement of what's happening is the same. So he commits, he's immortal. The input buffer happens as he goes around, and he can't be interrupted, and then he can roll again. So I guess we can try this out and see if it works. Like I said, it's the first time, so might not work great. And switched it in the data table now. So that should be all I have to do. Oh, he's still reverting to his place before. Yeah, so something's going on with the capsule. Like I was saying, he's reverting back to where he was before, and that's not supposed to happen. So I am going to stop this video for now, figure what that is, and then upload both of them.